So next, let's welcome the next speaker, the chairwoman of Tibet Support Group in Netherlands, Tsering Jampa.
Yeah, thank you. Hello, Tashi Delek. Good afternoon. On behalf of 6 million Tibetans in Tibet under Chinese occupation, I stand here to say I see today a wind of freedom, a wind of justice, a wind of democracy is blowing here on the Dam Square. The wind of peace is blowing harder than any time that we remember. We, Tibetans, our Chinese friends, Uyghurs, and Southern Mongolians, and Hong Kong, we also stand here for peace. We are also here to say, give peace a chance. We are here in solidarity with any part of the world where the communities, no matter what color, which region, whatever political situation they are living, that we are here to say we live with them, we feel for them, and we fight for peace, freedom, justice here today too. Today, as my friends said, why we are here today is day after tomorrow, the 1st of October, the founding of the Communist People's Republic of China. We are here today against the policy of the Communist Party of China, what it is doing in Tibet, country where I come from, where 6 million Tibetans are suffering a hell on earth under the Chinese occupation. We are not here to any kind of ideological systems that the country or the people follow. We are not against the ideology of Communist Party anywhere in the world. But we are against what the Communist Party is doing, what the Communist Party is treating its own people in China, Uyghurs in East Turkestan, Southern Mongolia, the Mongolian people, and Tibetans. And as we know, since 5-6 years, the people of Hong Kong are also facing the most brutal draconian national security law. And under this law, no one is safe. No one is safe under the guise of the security people of the CCP. We are here in solidarity with the people of Palestine. We are here in solidarity with the people of Israel, because we believe in the United Nations Charter, which says every individual, every country, every nation, every people has the right to determine its own fate, determine its own political system. Everybody has a right to self-determination. And that's why we are also here. It is really very, very encouraging for us, for people of China, people in Southern Mongolia, in Tibet, in Hong Kong, perhaps in Taiwan, that we see that so many are now today, this afternoon, gathering here to say peace a chance. We are here for peace too. So therefore, we cannot have a double standard attitude like these dictators do. When one of us succeeds, when one of us rises, our collective stands stronger. It will help us anywhere in the world to speak in one universal language: peace, justice, freedom, democracy for everyone. While I'm taking this platform, I would like to say a few things about what China is doing in Tibet. Tibet, my dear friends, according to Freedom House, Tibet is the most, believe it or not, last 5 years consecutively, the most unfree country in the world. Even more unfree than North Korea, who people think that is an isolated country. It does not give any access to international community. But unfortunately, my dear friends, in Tibet, in 2024, it is 70 years ago, in 1950, right after the founding of the Chinese People's Liberal China, started invading my country. 1 year later, 1951, a 17-point agreement was signed, which was forced against on the people of Tibet. And after that, unfortunately, it became reality for Tibetan people, the invasion, the presence of millions of People's Liberation Army, Chinese people. Now Tibet at this moment is unacceptable to anybody who just want to go inside Tibet. And we say to the Communist Party leadership led by Xi Jinping, the world is watching. The world is watching when we are here together to say to all the dictators, Xi Jinping, Putin, anywhere in the world who are repressing people, oppressing people, say they must listen to the people they are ruling under. As my friend said, the 75th year anniversary this year, day after tomorrow, it is certain the Communist Party will celebrate with a big pomp and show. But we believe that they cannot gloss over the legacy of repression and brutality in Tibet and Southern Mongolia, in Turkestan, in Hong Kong, and in China itself. The Communist Party cannot afford to gloss over the repression, the legacy of brutality. At the same time, they will have no impact of the pageantry and the pomp and show that when you look at the policy of the Communist Party and in my country. Today, as I stand here, I would like to say one thing to the international community. Please help Tibet. Tibet is not dead. After 17 years, the spirit of freedom for democracy and peace of Tibetan people inside is more than ever resolute. We are suffering under Communist Party of China led by Xi Jinping. I just want to say, finally, Tibet is not simply that the world sees His Holiness the Dalai Lama. He was 25 years old when he fled into exile when the Chinese Communist Party invaded Tibet. He is almost now 90 years old, living in exile. We, the people of Tibet, want His Holiness Dalai Lama to return to Tibet. The Chinese Communist Party must come to a negotiating table through peaceful resolution. A solution must be found. So finally, thank you for your attention. So we are all here for peace, justice, democracy, human rights for everybody in this world. Thank you.
Okay, next I will introduce a lady. She is 70 and it's a time for her to enjoy to retirement, but she has to fight for the freedom of Tibet. And
Yeah, thank you. Actually, I have become a grandmother of freedom for my people. Well, I think it's very important that each one of us have a personal story. And I was not going to speak about myself, but I think it's a great opportunity to just say that I was 5 years old when the Chinese Communist Party invaded my country. So I fled with my parents to India, and I have spent my whole life in exile without having one opportunity to visit my country. So I am almost 70 years old, and that means a human life, 70 is quite, you are almost close to, So therefore, I may not be able to go back to my country and see my country again because I'm not allowed to go back to my country because I speak for the freedom, democracy in Tibet. But that's another story. But I'm one of the 6 million Tibetans who do not wish to live under Communist Party's oppression that's happening in Tibet. We, the Tibetan people and the Chinese people, since 7th century, we have been living together as our neighbors. In 7th century, even the Tibetan emperor has invaded Tibet. But that was a history. We have been living together as the neighbors. And now, what we are asking Tibetan people, Tibetan government in exile, under the leadership of His Holiness Dalai Lama, we are telling the Chinese government we wish to enter into dialogue. Through dialogue, we wish to have a peaceful solution for the Chinese-Tibet conflict. We are not asking millions and millions of Chinese who are living in Tibet to get away from Tibet. What we are asking is our legitimate right to say that Tibetan people, 6 million Tibetans living under Chinese communist rule in its own country, must have the fundamental right to decide what they want to believe in, what they want to have a freedom for, what kind of government they want to have. Right now, this is not the case. So therefore, we are here with the one goal to say freedom, justice, democracy for everyone. Because we cannot, all of us, the entire universal. We are in one to say, when we are saying peace in one part of the country, of the world, we cannot ignore the importance of peace in another part of the world. We have become so small, so dependent on each other. What happens in Ukraine impacts all of us in our even daily lives. What's happening in China, in Tibet, in East Turkestan, Southern Mongolia, Hong Kong, Taiwan, it matters. It must be our business. We have to together find a peace that is universal, that is consistent, and that goes for everyone. We cannot speak only for justice in one part of the world, because then we are not genuinely peace for everyone. So with this, I feel on behalf of 6 million Tibetans in Tibet, millions of East Turkestan, Southern Mongolia, Hong Kong, and in China, on their behalf, people, hundreds and thousands of political prisoners in Tibet, in East Turkestan, everywhere, on their behalf. Today we stand here to say that I believe that we have made our message is very clear to the people who are here around listening and attending this rally. But also I'm sure, although we are here, a handful of people with the banners, with a clear message, it will definitely go into the ears of Xi Jinping and people around him to say that enough is enough. And with this, I would like to say, free Tibet! Free Tibet! Free Tibet! Free Tibet! Free East Turkestan! Free East Turkestan! Free East Turkestan! Free Southern Mongolia! Free Southern Mongolia! Free people in China! Free people in China! Free people in Cantonia! Free people in Cantonia! Free Hong Kong! Free Hong Kong! Thank you.